cameras, action. Now let's engage in the dialogue. Let me browse through your mind like a catalog. Conscious metaphysics, allow me to break down the specifics. Educate, motivate. If you don't feel free, you can liberate. An LLC is what I'm building, the #1 podcast in the building. So let me slide on up in the Bentley truck in my Versace shirts. They can't get enough of this deep conversation, expansion, elevation. I'll send you a link you can tap in. It ain't quite what I used to do back then. Now I get it on the front and the back end. Multiple money streams keep coming in. Enlightened, empower, evolve. Enlightened, empower, evolve.
Just in time. Greetings, everyone. I'm Luke Bryan Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved. I believe everyone is doing well, and everything is unfolding perfectly. I'm excited yet again, and you know why. And we got a very special treat for you today. Today's guest is a researcher and a humanitarian passionate about harnessing scalar energy to enhance health and quality of life. His journey began during his undergraduate years, inspired by the work of Nikola Tesla and Hieronymus. Yes, I got that. Tom's innovative Scalar Light instrument is a testament to his dedication to making a positive impact on people's well-being. And I already gave you a hint. I said Tom. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Tom Paladino. How are you doing today, sir?
I am well. Thank you for the invitation, Luke.
Yes, sir. Let's just get right into it. I mean, this instrument that you have invented, developed, or working on, or completed, let's hear about it.
Okay. I work with scalar energy, what some people call 0-point energy. It's not electricity. And over the years, I've developed and perfected a technique with scalar energy, one of the instruments behind me, that I can work with people around the world. Scalar energy is not electricity. I can work with people by way of their photograph. A person's photograph has energy and has a light signature. It's a scalar signature. So you need a scalar instrument to access the scalar signal. What am I getting at? This has nothing to do with electricity. If I were to take this instrument and I could show that this is free energy, that might prove to your audience that I'm working with something besides that of electricity. For instance, this is an experiment. I hold a light bulb in my hand. When I pass it close to the instrument, the light bulb illuminates under the influence of scalar energy. So this is free energy. This is the energy of the sun. Now, what am I getting at? If I take a person's photograph and place it by the instrument, the person is actually experiencing a download of energy, scalar energy. Once again, to demonstrate, if I take a light bulb, that's how much energy is now being incorporated, sent, transmitted to a person by way of their photograph.
That is amazing.
So we're having a discussion by Zoom, and I can share information. We can communicate image to image by Zoom, okay? Well, I'm not working with Zoom. I'm working with the scalar energy instrument, and this image, a photographic image, is now communicating. And I send white light, instructive light into that photograph. And that light will serve to balance our brain waves, will serve to, if you will, produce greater sense of mental health. Sometimes that type of session can say a change of phobia or correct alcohol or drug addiction.
Would I be correct? And excuse me, Tom, if I may interject for a second, would I be right? It will help reprogram, assist you in reprogramming or shifting your paradigm?
Exactly. So to be clear, I don't claim to be a healer. I claim to be a researcher. The energy heals. I firmly believe this is divine energy. The energy is so strong it can illuminate a light bulb. Well, that type of energy then is transferred into a person by their chakras.
Yes, because we are energy, and yes, we are energy. And
Yes.
that has been scientifically proven. So, and I also, and please don't lose your train of thought. I also see the influence and the that Nikola Tesla had on you, especially when you're talking about free energy. And you know, yes, that's amazing. Go ahead, Tom.
Okay. Well, this is a free energy instrument. I'm going to show the audience. That's the instrument, and you could see there's no moving parts. So you ask yourself, where's the kinetic energy coming from?
Right.
That's not a motor. I simply capture the energy. So
How?
this from the sun and the stars, very good. Okay. If you have a car, you have movement, you have some type of drivetrain. Okay.
Right.
Motors, induction motors, you have some type of rotation. The kinetic energy is from the sun and the stars. There's no moving parts here. This is not a kinetic engine. The kinetic engine is the sun.
So how do you absorb those sun rays and put it into the machine? Is it through solar panels? Paneling?
No, that's a good point. I can actually create a scalar wave, and then these Tesla coils amplify the scalar wave. So what I'm saying, in my laboratory, this is a miniature star.
Right.
This instrument is so strong, it can illuminate a light bulb, and it also can pass through any object. This is a wooden board. Luke,
right.
Take a look. I place that culinary board in front of the instrument, and the light bulb still illuminates.
Oh, wow.
So the energy passes through anything. So it's non-physical spirit energy. It's not electricity. It's
right.
divine energy.
No shock, no nothing.
Exactly. There's no electrons involved. So
wow.
This is the
just
new
sheer
way of
energy.
Yes, this is the way of the future. This is free energy. Tesla had free energy instruments. I have a free energy instrument.
And I think where the confusing, especially I can speak for myself and probably a lot of people that aren't scientists and researchers like yourself confuse energy with electricity and thinking that they both have to be together. And so, yeah, what you were saying is that
there's a difference.
It's not electricity, it's energy without the electricity. And that's right there is where I'm grasping the concept of what you're saying, because we always, like I said, I think I can speak for a great number of people. I think that when you think of energy, that's exactly what you think of electricity. And you're telling us you have the energy part without the electricity that can shock and kill you.
Yeah. So
just like we are, energy.
Yeah, thank you. So what's my point? With these instruments and a modification of these instruments, if I can illuminate a light bulb locally, then eventually I should be able to take this energy and illuminate a light bulb 10,000 miles away. These instruments are the beginning of free energy for mankind. Tesla had free energy instruments like this. I have a scalar energy instrument. I'm trying to demonstrate that this is valid, that this instrument follows the laws of science. And once this catches on, and it will, we're on to liberating mankind with free energy.
I think that's amazing, and I want you to elaborate a bit more on the way this is can help people in reprogramming, so to speak. But I just have to say this. I have to, if I may be spontaneous and say this, I read about Nikola Tesla and saw, some stories of his on television as well, on different apps. And there was a lot of conspiracy and controversy behind that, because some of the powers that be, I'm not going to name anyone, and I think you know where I'm going with this, didn't want that to happen.
Of course.
Because it would interfere in the capitalism game. So how do you, just a brief, you don't even have to, how do you suppose that you're going to be able to get that out there without that happening as well?
With the protection of God, and here's the key.
Right. Okay, there you go.
I work with this instrument and I don't need an infrastructure.
Right.
Remember, I can deliver this energy through a photograph. I don't need a telephone company. I don't need a telecommunications company. I don't need a railroad.
Right.
A photograph will deliver the energy. So I can overcome that infrastructure. There's no infrastructure needed, Lute. The
Right.
infrastructure is the universe. So I have
Right.
a free energy instrument. I don't need to build substations. I don't need low Earth orbiting satellites. The
Right.
infrastructure is already in place. That's
Wow.
how I can do it.
That's just mind blowing. And I know you're putting it in this layman's terms as you can, but that's mind blowing. And it does make sense because I am familiar with the fact that the atmosphere has energy. We have energy. We are energy beings. And just hearing this is just amazing.
Yeah,
So
it is.
in what way would this work other than, I mean,
Okay, so I have to prove,
yes,
I've got to
go ahead.
prove this. I have to prove this. So my website right now is dedicated to quantum health. What do I mean? I'll give you an
Quantum
example.
physics.
Yep, applied to quantum health.
Okay.
I'm going to hold up two photographs. The instrument does what I tell it to do. And again,
Okay.
think along intelligence, think along in information. This is not a chemical reaction. I'm
Right.
holding up a photograph of Epstein-Barr to my photograph.
Right.
In the quantum realm, Epstein-Barr has a signature, I have a signature. When I put those two photographs together, they communicate, they quantum entangle.
Hmm.
This arrangement will look for Epstein-Barr in my quantum field and destroy it. This is the way I can get rid of Epstein-Barr, through a photograph of Epstein-Barr that identifies its signal or signature.
Hmm.
That's all I need to do to eradicate Epstein-Barr. Okay,
And
that's it.
Epstein-Barr is what?
Is one of the, some people say it's responsible for mononucleosis.
Oh, okay.
Or
Wow.
Hashimoto's.
So anything to do with,
Here's another indication. If I take a photograph of the herpes virus and match it up to my photograph, everything
right.
is a sharing of information. Again, this is non-physical information. This photograph of herpes, the energy enters into my quantum plane. It's all energy. If I had herpes, this photograph would serve to identify herpes, and the instrument then would destroy herpes in my
Right on the
quantum.
spot?
On the spot, day one. Yes. Yes. Furthermore, and I've done this with people, if I had the HIV virus and I matched up, I communicated HIV to my photograph, the two planes, the two signatures, the two paradigms would communicate. If I had HIV, this instrument would pick out the signature of HIV and eliminate it, bring HIV to a state of chaos.
If you hold that up
Yes.
to your
Up to the instrument.
up to your instrument.
Because there's a sharing of light. It's not a chemical. This is not a physical process. We're downloading light, the download of light of HIV into my quantum field. That sharing of light, that communication will eradicate HIV.
That is amazing.
Why do I use photographs? I use photographs because it's a source of light. Light is perfect. Okay, there's no human interpretation. So listen to my reasoning. A photograph captures the signature of HIV. I don't have to interpret HIV. I don't have to assail HIV with a chemical, a drug.
Okay.
I define it by light. Light is fundamental. Then I share that light signal with my light signal. Everything is light. It's all non-physical. So a photograph of a microbe identifies the microbe. The instrument finds the microbe and destroys the microbe.
So in essence, I would like to ask you this question. Would it be better to use a photograph than the actual person standing there?
No, and that's a good point. My photograph always reports my constitution. This photograph might be 3 or 4 years old, but it still reports me today in my current state because there's no time in scalar energy. So
Right.
It doesn't matter the age of the photograph of the person, nor does it matter the age of the photograph of the HIV virus.
but could you do it with an actual physical person there?
I think so, but I've never done that. I don't have to. And frankly, I don't want to because it's so much easier. I want to work with millions of people a year. So I'd
Right.
much rather work with a photograph than have a million people come over to my laboratory.
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so what's the point here?
Yes.
If I did do this onesie twosie, it would still be of merit, but somewhat burdensome. Okay. Okay. So there's no infrastructure, the free infrastructure. I can work with a million photographs a day, and it's effective day one.
Wow. This is my question, and if you don't mind me asking, um, this process, it just happens just like that. Okay.
Yes, correct.
Have you worked with anyone yet?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here's an
Are there
example. Yeah.
testimonies that people
Well,
can
yeah.
access? Yes. Go ahead.
Yes. To answer your question, yes. My website has over 4,000, 5,000 testimonies.
That's what I was getting at. And
Yeah.
that's right there. I'm speaking to the audience right now. I'm sure that's what you are all thinking, because this is a lot to take in.
I
That
got it.
Tom here can eradicate basically any, you know, dysfunction that's within your body by this process here with this instrument. And this is amazing. And I'm sure you would want to know, has this been tried in testimonies, and like you said, on his website. And while we're here, can you tell us the website for just the people that are
Yeah.
listening to the audio, because this is going out on Spotify, Pandora, Amazon, everything.
Okay. The website is scalarlight.com, SCALAR, scalarlight.com. And visit the website. Anybody in the world can upload their photograph. We'll work with you for free for 15 days. We offer the world 15 days of free session. You're simply going to email us your photograph.
I think I'm going to do that too. I'm saying I'm not I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go on to your website and I'm going to try it, because what better advocate than myself? So yes.
Thank you. So
Yes.
I'm all about proof, and I'm all about performance. So here's a story for you.
Okay.
This is a photograph of an HIV/AIDS clinic in Delhi, India. Om
Right.
Prakash HIV/AIDS clinic, people living with HIV/AIDS.
Right.
We've worked with over 5,000 people from this clinic. Everybody that we've worked with is now HIV negative, no viral load. No viral load.
That's amazing. Can
Over
I ask?
5,000 people. Here's one of the test results. It's a PCR test, no viral load after being HIV positive for years.
That is amazing. I want to do it, and I don't see why anyone wouldn't, with you know uh look you up, go onto your website, and especially you're offering testimonies, you're offering proof, you're offering working with people for 15 days. Yes, that's amazing. Let me ask you another question. So you can eradicate viruses and diseases through this method. What about mental issues?
I leave
Say
it up
like,
to
go ahead.
yeah, go. I
No,
leave
I
it
was
up
going to say,
to the
sorry.
instrument.
I was going to say like anxiety or something like that, in which I've, you know, had.
Some people tell us that the chakra balancing, again, it's so powerful to illuminate a light bulb. Well, that
Right.
same energy is going to illuminate your mind. The amount of energy that's going into that light bulb is going to illuminate your mind now. So what's the point? Some people say they have benefits if they have anxiety or depression or PTSD, it has helped them.
Right. Right. That's amazing. Yes, I don't know what to say other than that. Then I'm trying to grasp this. And it brings me a sense of peace and really no doubt going through my mind, because I have researched people like Nikola Tesla and understand some of the things that he developed and was on to. So this is amazing, absolutely amazing.
It's a
And
technology that's going to change the world. I say frequently, scalar energy will change the social order. It will change the economic order. It will change the political order. It's going to revamp society.
and I'm just grateful that I can be part of the vehicle in which you're getting this, to help assist in getting this out there. Because I'm sure, yeah, I really take pride in what I'm doing, and the purpose of this my platform of this podcast is to highlight people like yourself that are elevating humanity in whatever way possible. And I can't think of any higher way to elevate people than to have something that can eradicate illnesses right out of their body. That's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So
Yeah.
this is the prospect of new technology, scalar technology, Tesla technology. Tesla had this idea over 100 years ago. Let's
Right.
revisit Nikola Tesla. The energy is real. My work is sound. It's valid. Now it's
Right.
just a matter of getting the word out.
Wow. So you've and this is just for my own personal, we're here having a conversation. So you've patented everything for yourself and everything?
Yeah, I've not patented anything because the US government, no government will patent a free energy device.
Oh, free energy. Oh, that's amazing.
No, that's
Well,
taboo.
that's not amazing, but just I'm still thinking about what you've done. And
Yeah,
wow.
I rely upon grassroots, and that's one of the reasons why we're having this conversation.
Absolutely.
To be quite blunt, big media is not going to help me. Big government is not going to help me. I
Yes,
have I have to go with people. People are good and honest. There's a lot of good and honest people. I'll stay with the people. I'll stay at a grassroots level.
that's amazing because I just had a conversation with a gentleman by the name of Chef Omaka. I just uploaded his second episode with me yesterday, and you just remind me of something that he says. He's a chef, and he visits other countries, and when he does, he says, I go into the villages, I don't go into the city. So he says, my faith is in people. Like, he wants to meet people. That's yes. So that reminded me a little bit of what you just said.
Yeah.
And
thank you. And that's what we're doing by your podcast. We're going out and meeting the people, and we're
right.
avoiding the hierarchy, which sadly today is very corrupt.
Right. Yes. And that's a whole different show. And that's one of the reasons, like you said, you said another key thing that really touched me when I said, okay, when I asked that question about, what happened with Nikola Tesla, how are you avoiding that? And you said, God or, divine. And that's exactly how I feel. Like when I have certain shows and I'm talking about certain subjects, I don't have any fear. I don't have a fear-based mentality. I've learned to eradicate that. So, especially when I know that what I am doing is, it's not deceitful or in my perspective, negative. I'm doing something to help people and to uplift people. And I believe that the guests that I attract on this show, I believe the universe and God, everything happens for a reason. I always say this: the universe is a perfect orchestrator. So you're here speaking with me and engaging in a dialogue and sharing your amazing invention. It was meant to happen this way. So you are on the right podcast, and I know you'll be on many more. But at this present moment, I'm very grateful.
I want to share with your audience quickly test results. Here's a test result, a PCR test result, and all these are on my website. Right. This person tells me that they no longer have a viral load for Epstein-Barr or the herpes or cytomegalovirus. It's gone. Here's a PCR test for Epstein-Barr. No viral load whatsoever. There's another test for Borrelia burgdorferi, the Lyme spirochete. No indication of the Lyme spirochete. Another test result for herpes, no viral load.
Oh my
Another PCR
goodness.
test, no viral load for herpes. A PCR test, no viral load for HIV, no viral load for herpes, and on, before and after. Viral load for HIV prior to the sessions, no viral load after the scalar energy sessions. Not detected, no viral load for HIV. So you
That's a
visit our website, 4 to 5,000 testimonies. I think that tells a story, Luke.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for those of you who are just listening and are not watching us on YouTube, Tom here just held up some negative tests of people that have sought out his help, and it has eradicated whatever they had. And he has the proof right there in his hand. And yeah, you can fabricate certain things, but you can't fabricate real people with real testimonies and real stories. You can't do
That's
that.
right.
So
That's right. That's
especially
right.
4,000,
Yeah.
he'd have to have an awfully big influence to be able to have 4,000 people make up something, and
Thank you.
my energy tells me, especially from my experiences and research I've done myself, even though it's limited, but limited research on Nikola Tesla and other things. You mentioned another term and I can't think right now, but quantum. I've had a little bit of, I've listened to a lot of seminars on quantum physics and things like that. So what you are saying to me right now, even though I don't understand totally how that works, it feels right. That's all I can say in just the simplest terms, and amazing. And like you said, I know that this is going to, it's already not going to, I'm not pushing it off to the future. It's already changing the course of history, the changing society right
Yes, it
now
is.
as we speak.
Today in my laboratory, I treated 500,000 photographs.
Right.
So we're on our way to treating the world through the quantum plane. It's not biological, it's through a photograph.
Right.
It's the new science of scalar energy. This is Tesla science. They don't teach us at the university level.
Right. No, I understand that. Yes. Yes. You had to dig in yourself into that. So what actually, before we conclude this segment, what inspired you to even go down this road?
God gave me the wisdom, and Tesla was the predecessor that I looked towards. He gave me the inspiration.
Divinely guided.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's
yeah.
that's why, and I can attest to that because that is why I created this podcast. It wasn't for any fame. It wasn't for any wealth, although I believe monetary wealth follows success, and it follows service. You're compensated for your service that you provide. So I'm not going to leave that out. But that wasn't my main reason. It was to help. It still is to help people and to make people aware of things, especially when I get someone like yourself um, making us aware of what you've developed here. So it's just
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank
Appreciate you,
you.
Tom.
Thank you. God bless you. God bless your effort. Think about this. Pray upon this, people. Lute, maybe next year you can have me back. Let's see how people feel. Let's see what the feedback is.
Absolutely. And yes, can you repeat your website one last time, please?
Yep. And the website is scalarlight.com. SCALAR, scalarlight.com. Now, in order to prove this, I have to get my word out there. I prove it by example. Your
Right,
example.
right.
Sign up for 15 days of free session. 1 hour a day, we're going to balance your chakras, right? The
Okay.
other hour a day, we're going to eliminate microbes. And then the third modality, let me explain this quickly. We can take photographs of vitamins. This is vitamin A, one of the compounds of vitamin A, and match it up to my photograph. So we download nutrients, vitamins into a person.
Hmm.
Vitamin A will be downloaded into me, or vitamin B9 will be downloaded into me. So I take photographs. A photograph is a light signature, and that light downloads into my quantum field. So we will also give you over 250 micronutrients by way of light. And many people say that they're no longer hungry. When we download the energy of a nutrient, not the chemical, the energy of a nutrient, it's quite different. And you no longer are hungry. And some people say they lose weight because they don't eat so much.
Wow, I'm sure a lot of people would like to get a hold of that, including myself.
So
Yes,
this is the new technology. Again, we don't work with flesh and blood. This is
right.
not a physical process. All of this is by like your aura or your force field, your
Quantum
energy field. It's
quantum
not a
realm.
yes, it's not a chemical process. Now, because there's no chemicals involved, you can't have a chemical detox.
Right. Or
It's
no
harm.
chemical side effects.
Yes, there's
Yes,
you can't get a rash.
right.
You can't have a pimple or a headache. We're not
Withdrawals. Yeah,
correct. We're
right.
not working with chemicals. I've never had a chemical reaction. It's impossible. Why?
Right.
It's energy, light. Light is not a chemical.
And you're not, just to help further um, strengthen your point, you're not physically putting anything on anyone physically. You're not, they're not coming to you and you're sticking anything on them. So yes, that's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So
Yes,
you get it, Lou. You get the big picture. This is a
right,
new branch of physics. This is not taught at the university level. This is cutting edge. This is Tesla technology. And once the world understands non-physical science, what's simply called consciousness or 0 point energy, it's an information field. It's quantum. There's
right.
not a proton or a neutron involved. It's all light, intelligence.
Yes, and we are light beings, so that makes total sense to me. And for those of you that aren't familiar with those terms, look it up. Just do some
Yeah,
research on us being light beings, and you'll see
you're right.
that
You're
we're
right.
made of light, really. So
We're the
that's
light of
amazing.
God. It's the light
Right,
of God. I firmly believe scalar light is divine energy. That's why
right,
I never considered electricity, and I don't want to have anything to do with electricity, which is an inferior type of energy.
right.
I'm not interested in electricity. I'm interested in divine energy. That's scalar energy.
Amazing, amazing. And that just feels good just listening to that. I'm interested in divine energy. Wow. You need to coin that term. That's amazing.
You coined it for me.
Yes, I'll do it. Put it on a t-shirt because I have t-shirts that have inspirational quotes on them. So that's one to look into. But thank you very much, Tom, for sharing with us and for just sharing your instrument and your own energy and just your amazing invention that was inspired by divine uh, source and amazing people such as Nikola Tesla. I mean, his name is has
Yeah.
gained a lot of traction over the years because of the cars. But I actually researched Tesla even before the Tesla car came out, and was just very intrigued. Probably not as much as you on a scale that you have, but just to read the minds of people, like Einstein and things like that, and it's just amazing. And you just remind me of that. There's still geniuses out there working on miraculous things.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
have me back next year, Lute. I'd love to do a follow-up if that's the case. God bless.
Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. We've already interacted. I feel your energy. It feels very warm and pleasant, and I really do. And like you said, you can feel energy even through what we're doing here, and
Of course.
it's amazing. Your tones, the way you express yourself, the way you articulate yourself. It feels it doesn't feel plastic. It feels genuine. It feels that you have passion in regards to what you're doing, and I appreciate that very much. because then I will put passion in it to add even more energy to your thing for the good of everyone. So that's amazing. Thank you, Tom. And thank you everyone for watching. Mr. Tom Paladino, hit up his website, and I'll have all the links incorporated in the description of this video. And I'm going to speak with him and see how we can, add, some type of sponsor photos and little interlude in this video as well, to make sure that his wonderful invention is highlighted even more and more. So we're going to talk. Thank you, everyone. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to share this video everywhere to make people aware of Tom's wonderful machine here, wonderful invention, as well as helping the platform grow. Also, hit up my website too, 333empower.com. Love and appreciation to everyone. See you soon. Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved.